Let's save the world adventures video, which video ever again. But here we are. Me making another save the world video. As you can see in my inventory, yes, my weapons are level 132, and you could, as soon as I figure out the, as soon as I remember the keybind for it. Which I don't. What is it? Nothing is that. Because I haven't played on control in a fair amount, but as you can see in that top left, and pretty much near the top left corner, Lynx is 144, and some of these weapons are 133. So that means yes, I have done ventures and have gotten to. I've done ventures before. Not saying that I haven't. I just got to max level this time and was able to level up a fair amount of the schematics by admittedly it was by one level, one supercharge for each, but I think that was the best way to decide. But anyways, we're here to talk about the warden path for ventures. Really, I know Epic probably won't change it, considering that Save the World's kinda dead. Like, I don't mean to ruin your hopes of like Save the World being better, but pretty sure Epic has given up in its entirety, unfortunately. But while I'm here and have you, I'm gonna talk about the reward system in a tiny bit of a strat that I actually found over ventures, but that'll be later in the video. Right now, venture reward track is build up to place the Atlas laser. So about ventures, just in general, I feel like it should have. I don't think it should have as much survivor supercharges as I had, because as you saw in the clip, I had a lot of survivor supercharges, and I got to 132 from 130. Well, basically the end of 130, but still, that's enough to level you up twice. Like, okay, good, great, good, all that's good, but it's just like, I don't think most normal people would play ventures for like just the fucking survivor supercharges. Granted, I did do ventures. I completely did from rank 0 to 50. I went from rank 0 to 50 in less than a week. Granted, because I don't touch grass, but I went from 0 to 50 in this whole week, and that's why I'm able to make this video on the whole venture thing. If you really want to see a journey from rank 0 to 50 in a few days, 0 to 50, you're gonna have to wait until next season. That's if I even decide to make the video, because I could not. We'll see. honestly. I might end up making it, I might not. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah, I got a few, like I said, I got a few weapons level 130, not many, but this is the most important ones. This is important ones, like the shotgun, the shotgun, that's the OG one, not this new one that have VR, the Storm King launcher, which is decent up a level, even though it might not make too much of a difference. The suit doesn't have gets all the time. The ginger blaster, which is all the time in this game. Granted, I did most of my favorite weapons in trap. That's Tinker. Damn, I didn't have fast enough reaction to that. I should have been a little faster. I did not. Oops. Oops, did not mean to respawn like that, but it's fine. That's so interesting. Anyways, yeah, it's kind of weird going from rank 0 to 50 in Adventure Season that fast. I didn't anticipate to do that for that to happen. It just kind of happened. I didn't really have anything else to do. Because normally I talk with friends. I spend some days, a majority of some of the days talking with friends. Oh, I thought you were okay, you're supposed to be on the car, but you're not. That's good for me. Because they can't hit me, so that's good for me. Anyways, Ventures, I'm not exactly sure when you get your first supercharge, but I'm pretty sure it's a Survivor supercharge anyway. And well, they beat me. But yeah, I believe it's a Survivor supercharge that you get first.
You're the best. I can't believe it. You're the
And
best.
then you get weapon. You only get one from. Surprisingly, you only get, I believe, 2 weapon supercharges from the pass, from the reward track. And then you get at max you get 3 trap supercharges, which isn't the best. And I agree, it's not the best at all. Technically, these weapons are stronger than the Husk in this zone by like 1. Like, to be fair, but still. But still, I just don't like how they supercharge. They seem to have a focus on Survivor supercharges and not like, oh, something that would actually be useful to players. Like, oh, maybe a trap supercharge. Maybe something like that, because I feel like a trap supercharge or like weapon supercharges are definitely more valuable than really Survivor supercharges, because you'll actually see and feel the weapon supercharge difference on like your screen all the time. For the Survivor supercharge, you kind of won't notice it unless you go up a power level from it, which I guess that's why they have as many as they do, but even then, I feel like they shouldn't be introduced in the challenges, because you get enough of them from the past. Like, at one point you can get 5 Survivor supercharges, like, from the reward challenge. That's insane. Like, okay, granted, yes, Survivors are a little more important than just having a weapon level, because Survivors literally have everything to do with your power level. But I just don't agree with it personally. I just feel like weapons might be a little more value. Weapons have a little more value than just like, oh, the normal Survivor is. I feel like there should be less Survivor supercharges. As for the reputation track, I feel like there should be more of those like super beefed up rewards, like maybe 2 weapon supercharges or like bot, or like 3 weapon supercharges, because Ventures, to be fair, the only reason I got there, I got to the level I did is because I didn't have anything to do. Really barely talked to anyone over this last week, over these last couple of days. I barely did, let's be honest. But it's just like, I don't know. That's only for people that have that time on them. Like, it could take, like, yeah, granted, I'm not sure how long Adventure Season will last. I know it lasts just about the length of the normal Fortnite season, but Adventures last way longer than what I had put myself under. Because I know I was gonna get distracted by D2 if I had let Ventures continue on this for a while. Because obviously Destiny 2 is one of my main games and I love it to bits. But, because, yeah, genuinely, weapon superchargers would be way more valuable. Weapon or track, because you use those a lot more than just, like, oh, you're worrying about survival. Your power level literally increases from having other people in your team. Like, the only reason I could see maybe being concerned about survivor superchargers is if you're doing content solo. Which, Save the World isn't that big of a game to be doing stuff solo anymore. People have done probably the impossible solo. Someone's probably out there soloed the Mythic Storm King. I would not be surprised if someone has. Granted, it is a hard fight, and we'll talk about that later. But it's just, this video is just mostly for a general Save the World update, and like, just how I feel about the game, kinda, I guess. But, yeah. That's how I feel about the Ventures Award track. If anything, there should be like, oh, maybe like a little taste, like maybe a weapon supercharge at like, I think, up until every 5. No, I feel like it should be like, a supercharge every 5 levels wouldn't be bad. Like, maybe like you can go with Survivor Supercharge first, then. Okay, it went so long. Anyways. Yeah, but I feel like it's like maybe having a Survivor Supercharger at level 5, then maybe that is how it works. I don't know. I would not remember because I would not remember it that well. But yeah, having this like a Survivor Supercharge at level 5, maybe a Hero Supercharge at maybe a Hero Charge or 2 at 10, maybe a weapon, maybe a trap, maybe 2 trap at like. 2 trap charges at 2 trap supercharges at level 15, maybe 2 weapon supercharges at 20, and then so on and so forth. Getting to rank getting to rank like 45, they should be more common like every level, since they won't give out those rewards. I don't believe they but I don't think they get them out after 50 because I'm at 50 right now, and it's only giving me 1,000. It's only giving me 1,000. I think 1.2k weapon perk ups, and it's just like I'm an endgame player. That's kind of useless to me. If I wanted that, I would just play Ventures again, to be honest. Like, you could easily get 1k perk up. Like, that's not hard. You could literally just wait until the store resets, and I think you'd get 1k from that too. Like, it's not, like, okay, I know it's not meant to go beyond level 50, but it's just like, maybe for that, that's where you would want, like, all those supercharges at. Like, keep players invested in the mode. Like, granted, I know know they don't care. I know Epic doesn't give a shit about Cyberpunk. I clearly know that they don't give a shit about it anymore. That's the least they could do. But that's the least they could do to like make people interested. Because if there's like stuff beyond rank 50, I would probably do it. I'd probably be doing it right now. I'd probably actually be playing Ventures and making a video out of that, out of the Ventures gameplay. Yeah, that rhymes. He's gonna have to blow himself up. But yeah, I just don't understand. Maybe Epic will listen to this. Maybe Epic will see this video and change some of that stuff. Like they'll make a blog post like, "Hey, commuters, we're changing like yada 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 reward track for." We realized some of you endgame like. Because realistically, you should only be really playing Ventures if you're like around candidates, Twine Peaks maybe. Because the lowest person I saw there was someone from Canny Valley that was power level 84. Well, if you're 84, you're probably pretty close to Twine, if not already in Twine. At max, you should be 76 before leaving Twine. You should be 76, yeah, before leaving Twine. I meant before getting into Twine, because 84 zones are directly in Twine Peaks. But I mean, it's not up to me to decide what you do. But me personally, if I'm like in like say scenario, say you're in like. You're coming to me in my Twitter DMs or Discord DMs like, hey, what level would you recommend I be? What power level would you recommend I be for like something like say Ventures or Mythic Storm King? Ventures, I would say you could be in Twine and do Ventures easily. You could just be entering Twine and just do Ventures, honestly. Mythic Storm King, you have to at least wait until I believe you don't even get the quest of option until you're 121 I believe, which is super high-end Twine. Like you're almost done with like you'd probably be nearly maxed out on Sailor World stuff at that point. You'd be in the end of end games for Mythic Storm King runs. You'd be at the end of end game. Like the top of the top, because it's a 140 mission. Even people that are like this power level I am struggle at it. It's nowhere near remotely an easy mission. It is nowhere near. Considering the fact that if all four of the people there go down, because you're gonna definitely need 4 players. There's no way you're doing that 3-man or 2-man. Players makes it significantly easier. I'm not saying that it's easy by any means, but it makes it way easier and takes some of the burden off you to like not die. But if all 4 of you go down, it's an instant loss. If you let the storm close in too much, that's pretty much a loss. Trying to remember everything. If you don't kill the mini boss Smasher, I believe that's 160, mind you. Its power level is 160, so everything's about 20 over your power level. You kind of just see where I'm getting. You should probably more than likely do Ventures first before you try Mythic Storm King runs. Because for me, Ventures wasn't out yet. Ventures was not out, and I struggled hard to even fight the Mythic Storm King. I only aimed for 1 win a week, and even that was hard. There was countless hours of me trying. There's even 1 week I failed because there's no teams that could be secure. There's no teams that were consistent enough to like get 1 down. There's a week where I had to just give up and wait for the next Psychons of the Storm King. That's the mission title. But there's a week where I had to do that because it's just hard being 121. But you're like at 121, you're 40 under. Well, 60 under. Actually, not 40 under. but you have people joining. You might be sitting there thinking, oh, you have people to join you that boost your power level, and it should be easier, right? No, no. The Mythic Storm King has a few attacks. He has a Meteor Rain, which does a lot of damage. He has a beam that will literally one-shot you. So, artificial difficulty, which is always fun to deal with. You have to be wary of that. You have to be extremely wary of that, because it doesn't matter your power level, it will one-shot you. I believe I think it'll one-shot you. I haven't tested it in a while, but I know it one-shot me a bunch. Even as a ninja, it one-shot me. Maybe if you have, like, the extra health perk, all the shield will sacrifice for your health perk, maybe it won't one-shot you. But even then, it's still, like, even if you don't die from it, you may as well have died from it, because it'll leave you low enough. I know the pool around him is, like, actually does damage now, so you have to constantly be building. You're gonna need a lot of cozy campfires, because you have to have constant healing, because those husks do not play around. They do not fuck around. I'm pretty sure most Save the World players have some grasp of the Mythic Storm King and what he's capable of. He does not fuck around in the slightest. You fuck around and find out, and you're on that loot screen. You're on that defeat screen easily. You cannot fuck around and find out. He is way too hard of a boss to do that too. If you're going there, if you're going to Mythic Storm King, it's not for fun. It's for mythic weapons. Which these are the only mythic weapons that have ever and probably will ever be released in Save the World. You can't drop them either, so that incentivizes more people to try and go take on the Storm King. I'm not gonna lie, this may sound elitist of me, but kind of glad that you can't drop mythic weapons. Because if anything, I would just have gotten Snow Kid to give me some MSK weapons whenever I ran low and just saved them. But no, thank God they didn't do. Thank God that you can't drop them, because it incentivizes and kind of forces you, if you want these cool mythic weapons, go grind out Storm King. Go get a team together and go take on the Mythic Storm King. Like, it's not easy. It's nowhere near easy. But it's well worth it. The difficulty is well enough placed to where most of these weapons are more than worth it. They are more than worth it. All of these weapons are more than worth sacrificing time for. Well, most of them. Oh my god! Smasher! He's here! He's dead. See you, bud. Go blast! Damn. I don't think my pump normally one-shots you. And you see why I'm a ninja main, because I like me extra jumps. I always like being I don't know why. It's like I always like being the agile class, and like because it's the same thing with D2. It's like I enjoy being the hunter because double jump, and like in this game it's the same thing. I enjoy being the ninja because the double jump. But anyways, yeah. As I was saying, I forgot what I was saying, but yeah. Mythic Storm King difficulty is really well placed for a mythic. The beam is kind of artificial difficulty, but we're strong. At that point, you should be probably strong enough to do some stuff solo. Now, I'm not doing the 160 videos can even have a small. The 160 zones in Save the World. I'm just gonna briefly gloss over them. They're entirely artificial difficulty. What, the 60 missions, the 160 missions, especially the 4-player, I think they can only come in 4-player variants. I don't think I've seen a normal 160 sound. I believe they have power level. It's well over 200 plus that will constantly come at you. It is so bullshit that I would not recommend doing 160s until you've done at least maybe 1 or 2 season adventures. 160s give out the best rewards, but they're also super hard to do. I think I've only ever done a very small amount of 160 zones. I think I might have done 1 or 2 in the last year, because
Bonus challenge is now available.
First off, I play other games and do other things, and secondly, they're just that hard. Like they're just that hard. Also, quick fact for any new Sailor players: always recycle your weapons when they get low. Always be recycling them. But yeah, as you can see, I got these 4 are up to 133, which I'm gonna continue the trend. Next time you see a video, there might be more weapons. Next time you see a Save the World video, there might be more weapons. There might not be more weapons up that high, but yeah. None of these weapons got the chance. I'll probably upgrade melee. Melee weapons will probably be last or like next. Who knows? Traps, I got 3 of the most important ones in my opinion. The broadside, the ceiling gas trap, and then the Cozy Campfire. Cozy Campfire is self-explanatory. You need those for MSK, and I can feel maybe I might have some MSK runs in the future. I don't know why I feel like that, but this is just a feeling. But yeah, if I had to actually, I should have done this while I was here. But if I had to recommend any weapons, like, say you want to take on the Mythic Storm King, and like, what weapons do I use? What weapons? Like, what do I do? What weapons? What hero loadouts? What like melee weapons? What traps? Yeah, all that stuff. I can run down the list and give you some recommendations. I'll definitely highlight some. It does fine. I don't know if you'd want it, but if you can get a Wraith, it'd be good. Honestly, most explosive weapons should be pretty decent at added clear. I'm gonna shut this down right now. You probably aren't gonna be able to use a hand cannon or a pistol in this case in this because of how difficult it is. Everyone may think the Grave Digger is such a this weapon is so amazing. Let me shut that down right now. No. The only thing you'd use this in is a Nature Storm. Outside of that, no. Deatomizer, it's one of the best. Honestly, it's hands down, paws down, one of the best weapons that you can use for Mythic Storm King. It is the best weapon for add clear. It's the best weapon for bursting down literally anything, except for shooting the weak spots. You'll probably need something like the Wraith or like the Mythic Storm King launcher or the auto rifle if you happen to get it. Like something like this might do the trick for the weak points, but you want this as well. You want a bundle bus as well for you can shoot at the weak points or you can shoot at the Smasher mini boss, but you need to burst the Smasher mini boss down. So I'd recommend the bundle bus or, like I said again, the Mythic Storm King launcher or the auto rifle. They do good. They do good with that too. But these two so far. Boombo, it's good for ad clear and shooting the crystals. I don't know how good it is with dealing with the mini boss, so use it at your own risk. It's just something I'd recommend. We have the Storm King Scourge, the auto rifle of the family. It's really good. I have no complaints about it. fine as long as you're constantly shooting and hitting enemies. You probably don't want the stuff I have on it. If anything, I'd probably replace critical rating for like the cooling, if I can't even do that. I'd replace it for the cooldown, because there's a cooldown on it. It has infinite ammo, but it's because it's an energy weapon. It has infinite ammo, but it has a cooldown timer, so. But we're not here to rate mythic weapons yet. That is fine. This is highly recommended. This would be fine for dealing with ads as well. Not using hand cannon. Melee weapons. You could use this. You could possibly use that. The Tree of Light. You can definitely use these two. I don't know why it does that. But you can use the sword and the hammer for that. Traps. The only one I recommend is Cozy Campfires, which are right here and right here. Honestly, you should have all these like maxed. I don't have them all maxed because kind of been focused on other traps, but you definitely want a lot of Cozy Campfires. Personally, I'd recommend before you even go into the Mythic Storm King, craft 200 of these. You're going to need them. They're going to save your life sometimes. You never know. Especially with those meteor attacks that the Storm King does, the Mythic Storm King does. He will wipe out a lot of these campfires. And that Smasher mini boss loves to just destroy your structure, so have fun with that. But I guess we could kind of rate the mythic weapons personally. On a personal level, guess I can rate them really quick. Like I mentioned, this is a really amazing auto rifle. Probably one of the best for just like solo damage, because hitting enemy applies a charge, building up 5 charges or switching target, detonates the target, deal 100% of the weapon damage to the target and nearby enemies. Each charge increases. It's basically you want to stay focused on one enemy with this, and sometimes switching to another enemy will completely just kill them. It's a really good auto rifle. Like I was praising it earlier, it's really good. No. I'm sorry. I'm a huge hand cannon fan, pistol fan, but no. I cannot recommend. I seriously cannot recommend this. It's not the best. It's not very amazing. It's not at all. I wish it was, but it's not. But I think I can. I'll do that later. I'll read that later, but no, I can't recommend. I'm sorry, I can't recommend this. Like the cooling speed is like 45. That has a lot more cooling speed, but it goes for headshots. It's a hand cannon that goes for headshots. I can't recommend this enough. Fire so many projectiles that seek out the target's head. Aiming down sights increases the lock-on range from 4 tiles to 12, but decreases the rate of fire by 50. I can't recommend that. I'm sorry. I love hand cannons. I love pistols. Don't get me wrong. I can't recommend this one. This one isn't good. Amazing weapon. Beautiful. One of the best heavy quotes explosive weapons in the game. This is just beautiful. I honestly use this more than the auto rifle, and you can see I had 2 auto rifle, 130 auto rifles alone. I had 2 pistols, and I just have 1 of the launchers. To be fair, I only craft 1 launcher at a time, and I don't know why I have 2 auto rifles or 2 pistols, so can't really ask me. But beautiful thing, beautiful. It is the best for bursting down mini bosses. It's just beautiful. It does so much well. It does high damage. It does high damage. It can clear ads if you charge it long enough. I mean, even if you don't charge it, even if you just tap fire, it's still so good. Like, this thing is amazing at what it does, and I love this weapon. Now we can get to the last 2 melee weapons. the hardware, or the hammer, I like to call. It's good. It's good. You can travel with it because it has that like huge like jump. You can jump and do like a heavy attack and like slam down into the ground, or you can just do it normally on the ground to release the meteor slams. It does a lot of damage. It stacks to 7 times, which, I mean, you'll have like 7 charges hover. The thing I like about this one is that you can see the charges like build up around the fist. You can see it build around the fist and the like purple orbs. It's so cool. I love the aesthetic of this. It's a really good melee weapon. I honestly use it a lot. I have two, one 106 and 131. I use it a lot. The sword, it's basically a better version of the special sword that you see right here. It's a better version of the special blade that you see. I don't know why it does this specifically for the Storm King Ravager, but it does it. It's one of it. It's like this is still good. It doesn't do it doesn't. I know it glows when you have charges, but I don't know how to specifically tell how much charges if you have 1 or if you have 7. I don't know, but it does do a lot of. You can slash and hack away at them, and then just use your heavy attack, release a wild like just wave, and you can also kind of teleport dash with it, like the special sword, except for better in its mythic version. But yeah, that's about it for the weapons. At least I can show you. I actually have an additional thing to show you, so we'll be right back. Here's one of the things that I wanted to show you. Explosive weapons. Storm King. The Storm King skull forged into a powerful laser cannon with devastating damage. That's this bottom part. That's what this bottom part says. I just want to read it. Pistol. Storm King. The Storm King's eye forged into a pistol that shoots a barrage of homing projectiles. Still not good though. It's an auto rifle. Storm King. The Storm King's arm forged into an assault rifle with excellent precision and damage. Oopsie, switched to the wrong screen. We have, as soon as I'm able to scroll down enough. God damn it, controller. Hardware, Storm King. Storm King's hand forged into a versatile hammer. Ground, meteor, slam. Heavy attack that slams in the ground in front of you, damaging and knocking out nearby enemies. Air, leap attack. Heavy attack that jumps to the target area and damaging and knocking down nearby enemies. That's what I was talking about earlier. Basically, if you're like sitting on the ground and like you swinging your hammer and killing ads, you can just do that meteor slam. That's how you activate the meteor slam. And then the air leap attack, you can just I guess it's basically for battle royale players. It's basically just the fucking the mythic sword from season 7. If you don't understand that, then if you get it, you get it. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Except for it's basically jumping. And then the Storm King's sword. Storm King. The Storm King's horn forged into a versatile sword. Ground Storm Wave. Heavy spin slash that damages enemies in front of you. Air Storm Strike. Warp to the targeted enemy. Targeted enemy dealing heavy damage. Basically the same thing I was talking about. Air Jump. Teleport, basically like the special sword, and then it's just a storm wave attack that you do on the ground. All the mythic weapons are amazing. I mean, except for the pistol, but the pistol isn't the best. But here's the other thing I wanted to show you. My personal. You might not need it, but these are my personal hero recommendations. Either get yourself like a ninja with soaring mantis and with Link, like a character like Link's, because she has the hang time perk, which using Kunai Storm grants hover for 4 seconds, increases weapon damage by like 140 during the hover. So you basically like I don't know if you have to scuff your hover somehow, or just jump, or just try and jump onto a Mythic Storm King, use your hover, and swing like. Actually, I didn't recommend melee weapons, did I? No, I think I did. If I could go back over them if I didn't. But I do have an additional one to add. This one, Surround Pound, is fantastic for that. But I think I did mention them. But these two are really good for it. The Baron is mostly for movement. Spectral Blade. Astrobat is probably mostly for ad clear, but not gonna lie. But anyways, back to the heroes. But yeah, Lynx is really good. You're probably gonna need that triple jump anyways during it. And then we have the soldier that is gonna be unfortunate to have to be the one to build. I would recommend having coconuts for it because of how iffy it can be, and especially how much healing coconuts do grant you. But the Warcry ability is really the only thing that you really want for this hero. I mean, the machine gun is good and all, but the Warcry ability, you really only need to use. You really only use the Warcry ability once you knock down the Mythic Storm King and you can damage his horn, because you have to kind of have to do break it like right then and there. You kind of have to break it because you only have 10 minutes before the storm completely closes in, and then just kills you. I forgot to mention that. You're timed, even though it doesn't show a timer. You have 10 minutes. Well, I think around 10-15 minutes, give or take. You're still timed, and you still want to get rid of that horn as fast as possible. So, although I haven't done the Mythic Storm King in over a year, strats could have changed. I don't know. But there's one more thing I kind of want to show, but I don't want to get back into a game. So I'll just kind of just talk about it. You basically, if you make, I guess it's technically a balcony. Actually, I think it's just better if I show you guys. I'll be right back. Hey, shut. Okay, but anyways, basically you go like this. Get yourself a floor. Do this edit. You have to edit like this. You have to do that, and then that. I have to do it again because I know there's a specific friend that doesn't know how to edit yet. But basically, if you do that, yeah, that fast is gonna ruin it. You do that basically. Like this. Now let me change this. Yeah. I told you, it's gonna ruin it. Give me a sec. Now let me go here and do it. That. Actually, I'm gonna do it like this. And they just don't know what to do. Yep. This is a strat that was found out a few weeks ago. I believe I've only seen it deployed in Ventures, but people just build this around their base and they just don't know what to do. Those guys obviously still know what to do. But the rest of these guys, the rest of them, completely clueless. That's the hot. Completely giving up. And yeah, once one of those are broken, they all don't push it back. That is so dumb. I mean, it's a good strat to use. It's a fucking amazing strat. I didn't even realize that. I can't take credit for making up that strat. I saw someone using it, and I don't remember who, but it was just a few randos, and then I just started seeing it all over adventures, like. So I guess shout out to the people that still play this game, because I didn't even realize that was an actual viable strat until now. Like, so if metal corrosion or something's on, you can just do that around your base, or wall weakening. Like, metal corrosion's on right now. You can always tell metal corrosion's on if you see. Look in the top. I'll give you a hint. Look in that top right corner where my map is. Look slightly to the left of those red modifiers. Look at that, like, I don't know what to call it, like, something, like it's basic. I think it's a bone dripping, like, with something. That's metal corrosion. That is 110% metal corrosion. You can even see them negative modifiers on on the objectives. Like smoke screen, it's smoke screen, life leech attacks, firestorm, and metal corrosion. Basic cost attack and melee damage. Melee attacks cause metal buildings to corrode, periodically damage them for a time. If metal corrosion and wall weakening is just a bomb, I believe. But if metal corrosion and wall weakening is on at the same, if they're on at the same time, do not build out of metal. Like straight up build out of brick and build that and use that strat, like this strat. Normally it goes like this, but you can use like those and then this and then this and then that. Whoops, not that. That and then this and then there's supposed to be another one right here, but you get my point. Just build this around your base. Like, not this exact shape, obviously not. Build it like, say you're building like a base, like, kinda like this. It's just like this. You're gonna wanna build this around your base, like, build this. Kinda like that, then do like, see? These guys can still get through it, but completely don't. Completely don't. They can. The Husklings can still get through it because they can jump. Because they're absolute demons. They are terrible to deal with. Husklings are absolutely terrible to deal with. But the rest of these guys can't get past it. Like, look. Can I bring another Huskling? Not you. Maybe example though. Okay, I'm good example. They're absolutely example. Try to bring this guy over. I can jump over here. See? He gives up immediately. Another good example. Get away. I see. I come over here. The only thing that can get past that is that. Those other two gave up immediately. Like, see, look, see, look, doesn't know what to do except for the dispersion. Like, see, look at that other one. Look at that husky ass. Doesn't know what to do. Look at that guy. Look at that. Okay, no one knows what to do. The throwable thing. The only ones that you should really be concerned with are the zappers, aka cowboy ones, and the especially the blasters. You should definitely be concerned about blasters and fishers and the zappy cowboy husk. But outside of that, these guys don't really provide much of a threat. Like, hey, come here. Come on. Like, see, as soon as you get back here, doesn't know what to do. Completely dumb. No thoughts are in the head right now. Like, yeah, and I doubt they're gonna, and I doubt Save the World's gonna really update much. Like, completely doesn't know what to do, can shoot them all. Like, see, they immediately come up here and lose aggro. Like, this strat is so fun. I mean, it's dumb, but it works. But yeah, that's about all I really wanted to show. That's about it. That's all I really wanted to show off. Is that I talked about all my Ventures gripes, all my recommended stuff for MSK. Yeah, it's been an eventful video. But anyways, thank you guys for continuing to watch and support the channel. I'm still at 170 subs. I did see someone subscribed, but since I didn't upload, they unsubscribed, which is completely fair. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for continuing to watch, continuing to support the channel. Personally, I'll see you guys next time, which I'm not entirely sure when, because any video, like, there's dungeon videos I still haven't gotten out that I still need to get out. It's the initial reactions to the Ghost of the Deep dungeon in Destiny 2. I still need to get that out. I promise that'll be those three videos. 3, 4, maybe at this point. I don't know. It's giving me it's giving me trouble to edit all that together. I hope all that trouble that I'm going through with it right now is completely worth it, because it is giving me so much trouble. I've had to go through so much to try and even get that. Even then, I stopped working on it for a little bit. But once those come out, I do hope you guys will enjoy those as well. Those might end up coming out this week, but anyways, I've kept you guys for long enough. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. And remember to always stay awesome, stay